When I talk about the destroyers of relationships, a lot of my information comes from a gentleman called John Gottman, who's sort of the father of couples therapy. And he talks about the 4 horsemen of destruction, which is just a great, just a great term. But the key 4 ones, just so you know, and I'm just taking it right out of my book here. All right. Number 1. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Criticism. Okay, I'm going to give you the 4 right off the bat, so we're not keeping you in suspense. Criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. You know, whenever I see a couple for couples therapy, I'm looking for those 4. But the one I'm looking for the most is contempt. And contempt is like disdain. It's like a lack of respect. It's like, I just don't even want you in the same room. If you've gotten to that place, I would say that it's almost beyond repair, because the respect level is so down. The valuing of each other is so down. So contempt is a huge one. And also another huge one is criticism, a habituation of always criticizing the other person, trying to criticize, tell them how they're wrong, telling them how they do not measure up, how they are less than. And this activity often comes from family of origin, from family culture behaviors. You're kind of used to it. It's like this. One of the worst things I see in the human condition is whatever we think is going on with us, we think other people should be living that. So I often hear, well, I do this and I do that and I'm good at this and I'm good at that and I love to do this and the other person should too. Why? You know, try not to measure how other people's behavior should be based on how you behave. Behave that way for yourself. Do that work for yourself. And understand that another person has the choice to behave in that way or not. And if you're not a match, then have the courage to distance oneself or to draw clear boundaries or express yourself vulnerably and say, hey, I would really love it if you could engage in this type of behavior, whatever it may be, thoughtfulness, whatever it may be. And vulnerably ask for what you need. But don't go about the business of tearing someone down with criticism, because all that does is it brings you both to resentment and disdain, which really is the massive destroyer. Defensiveness. Wow. I mean, we've all engaged in it. You know, it's the, what do you mean by that energy? Or the, really? Well, let me just tell you, this is defensiveness energy, right? And we all